I just found myself with a consistent, overwhelming sense of like stress and nervousness and anxiety to do kind of bog standard kind of tasks, things like going to the shop, to like ask a teacher for help at school, even sit in exams was something that brought great stress upon me. Just stuff like from the age of sort of 13 is kind of when I started to notice, kind of numbness, like just sense of like there was no self-worth, no confidence in myself, just kind of despised who I was really. It affects kind of my social skills a little bit, like going out and trying to meet new people is something that intimidates me quite a lot. No self-confidence in myself whatsoever. I've developed into a little bit of a recluse. I like to just do my own thing, and that has cost like a few relationships and friendships because people kind of like think I'm pushing them out when I'm trying my best not to. Just no sense of self-worth really. I don't think like someone compliments me on kind of like any of my music or my lyrics, I kind of sit there and I think they're just taking the piss really. Like, don't take myself seriously, to be fair. I just like to write lyrics, They may never get published, they may never even see the light of day, but it's kind of a coping mechanism. If it gets to a state where I'm publishing stuff regularly, it's kind of getting an opinion across, getting the voice across. And kind of my innermost desire with all of this software and everything I'm using is to stop someone else from feeling how I felt for all these years. So that even if like one person hears it, they can come out and say maybe that it helped them find kind of their own light and help them with their own struggle. In general, I just think it's our society itself. We're so kind of plastic and moulded, and I can't find the right words, but we aren't very accepting to one another. As soon as someone kind of breaks the mould a little bit, it's frowned upon. And like the vulgarity of social media and how prominent that is in our life, like you're under like consistent surveillance, and it leads gateways of people to basically scrutinise every move you make, and it leaves people who haven't had the time to develop and flourish properly to become so worried and conscious about who they really are deep down, and then through that we become scared to actually like accept ourselves because we don't get the acceptance from other people.
I'd say since being at uni I've noticed them more, and it's made me realise I've had them for longer than I thought. I'd say a few years, maybe around year 11, 16, 15, 16. For me it's more, I don't want to label it as OCD or anything, but I have like routines that I have to do and have to stick to, otherwise there'll be consequences in my own mind. I have intrusive thoughts and feelings of anxiety if I don't stick to those intrusive thoughts, if I don't check a certain thing like a light switch or my little night routine. I have a routine before I go to bed, things like that, and it just made me feel so restricted inside, and like made my breathing weird. It made me just overthink a lot, to be honest with you. I can't outright say there was a trigger to how I'm feeling. I think it's just progressed over time. I'd get anxious spending time with large groups of people, but I love spending time with large groups of people. Like, it's not anything, nothing triggers it. They don't trigger it. It's just my own thoughts. I think for me, that's what makes it a lot worse. I think because I'm so passionate about fashion and just, clothing in general, I think it takes my mind away from everything, because it's something that I can just sit down, I can focus on, and I can take charge of and just have it as my own. I have my brother and my mum who also do fashion with me, so I can talk to them, communicate with them, not just as a brother and a mum, but as like kind of like partners in this little thing we've got going on. I think taking a lot of time with photography, I have friends who help me with photography, I have things like that, and I need to think about it. If I have to sit down and think about something else, then it will help my other thoughts, 100%.